Thomas Adrian has open sourced his application Intrapages in the social intranet. The application contains a lot of functionality and I will demonstrate some of the highlights in this video. There are different ways for users to get access to the Intrapages application. First of all, users can use their Domino credentials to log in, which is useful when you want to deploy and use this application internally and when you want to reuse existing user accounts in your Domino directory. In addition to that, however, there's also a self-registration process where people can fill out the simple application here, first name, last name, email, password, which then creates user accounts in the Intrapages application and not in the Domino directory. This allows you, for example, to invite other people, customers and partners to use that same application. In addition to that, you can also use one of these or existing user accounts from one of these social networks, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn. When you do this, and let me do this for Facebook right now, you need to log in against this, in this case Facebook, and then you need to grant the application Intrapages access to your Facebook account so that it can read some of your user information and store and create user accounts and store user profile information in the Intrapages application. So when I say go to app, I get redirected back to the Intrapages application. This is the user's homepage. At the top there are indications whether there are new notifications or new private messages. Then in the left column is a navigator that allows you to open all of these different sub-applications and news, announcement, private messages and so forth. The middle column contains a list of entries of whatever you have selected here in the navigator. In the right column there are additional information, for example events, announcements, activities, and you can also from here edit your profile directly, which is what you would typically do initially when you log in the first time. Here's my profile. The middle column contains all the news entries or status updates that I've created manually, so basically my timeline. The right column contains additional information called activities, which lists all the things that I've done here in Intrapages. For example, when I start following people or when I create documents in team rooms. Then the left column also shows the people that I'm following, as well as people who follow me, and the team rooms that I'm involved in. Then people can also click these other categories here to find out more about a specific user. For example, information, photos, content, and I can create or I can edit my own profile here. I can enter basic information, title, bio, location. I can define a profile picture. I can enter details about education and work, contact information, my social accounts, and I can define here email notifications when I want Intrapages to notify me about things that I have changed or happened here within this application. I can also enter skills, some other information like changing passwords, changing my name, and when I'm done I can again go back to view profile. Okay, back on the user's homepage, I want to now describe the news feed here. By default, all public posts are being displayed, but I can also define other filters. For example, I can say public posts from people I follow, and then I see only the entries from people like Phil, who's one of the people I follow. I can also obviously add my own entries here. Let's say testing. I can share it. I can link to web pages. Let's say xpages info. Attach. And it reads some information like the title of that page. I can share it. And I can also testing files. Here it is, file, choose, and then I say, which one can I use here? Mime, and I can say share. and then I will see this image showing up right here in my news stream. Now by default all of these entries are posted only here in the intranet. In addition to that, I can also mark them as public, which is here, make public, and then I get this notification. This post is now public, which means that everyone with access to that application can see it. So when I go here to Internet, I see all the public postings, and again I can filter them here by news, blog, wiki, files, photos, and so forth. Next I want to talk about some of the things that show up here in the left navigator. First of all, there are announcements that show up here in the right column, and you can create them from here. There are private messages, and I already said that they show up here when you receive new messages. For example, I can click on this thread and can reply, or I can create a new message right here. Team rooms I will describe later. There is a directory of people. I can choose how I want to display these people here, business card or list. I can select the people or a particular person, let's say Tony, and then I can start to follow him right here. Going back to my home page, there's also events which you can define here, and they show up again here in the right column at the top. You can upload files and you can put them in different folders. Here is how you can create new files. This is the folder, here's a description, and there's the link to the file. There are blocks for people, and there are actually two types of blocks. There are blocks or individual blocks, and there are blocks in team rooms that I will talk about in a little. Again, you can create new blog entries here and so forth. There's also ideas. Here's a list of these ideas, and you can vote on them. Let's say this one here, vote, and then the counter increases to 4. You can comment on them, you can like them, and so forth. There are photos that you can upload. There is a wiki. CRM is a simple contact list of companies. There is a help desk. You can create new tickets if you have questions, assign them to people or put them in categories, assign priorities, and here's how you assign them to people. And there's also a forum where you can create new topics right here. And what I forgot to mention earlier is that everything in this stream here you can like. So let me do this right now, and you can also comment. Let's say really nice, and then the comment is added to this particular entry. Now I mentioned already earlier briefly that there's a difference between the news that you created and this activity stream. The activity stream contains all of the things that I've done here. For example, I just created this new public post, as you saw earlier, and you can also see the activities from the people you follow. In the next part, I want to describe the feature set that is called team rooms. So when I go to team rooms, I see here a list of available team rooms that other people might call or want to call communities. So here I can pick the communities or team rooms that I'm interested in, let's say human resources, and then I can join the team room. Now once I've joined the team room and I go back to my home page, I can navigate easily to all these team rooms that I'm a member of and navigate to them. So let's say let me pick the Pages development team room, and here you can see the people who are members of this team room, some icon. The team room again has a new stream, and you can also again see activities in this team room. There's some more information about a team room, and a team room even has or can have its own blog. I hope I've covered the most important functions of Intrapages, and just a couple of other things I wanted to at least quickly mention here. You can switch between different themes here. Let me switch to the blue one. Then the whole application is also localized. You can switch between English and Swedish. And there's also responsive design. So when I minimize here the size of the window, you can see that I now see here this smartphone user interface. And just the last thing that I wanted to demonstrate briefly is the Notes client. So administrators can access the application here via the Notes client, and there's only one single database. This database contains the user accounts that you see right here. You can open them, change the profile information. And there's also a view that contains all of the content so that administrators can exactly see what's going on in the system.